Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to Euro mount a deer. I'm not a professional, but if you want to do this yourself, then this is a great way to do it. It doesn't look bad. Around here, a Euro mount's $75 to $100, so this is going to save you a good bit of money, especially if you kill a few deer a year. It'll save you a lot of money. So let's get into it.
Testing, alright. You can cut out that other.
Hey yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we should ride in swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. Put a drink inside my lemonade till it look like a Pepsi. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know don't miss Texas. Hey.
Alright, now we're going to get into the things that you need. So first off, make sure you got some pliers. I got two here just in case. I don't know which one's going to work better. Flathead screwdriver to get skin out from under the base of the antlers, and also pop the eyes out and loosen some of that brain matter when we get on down into it. I use a cutter to skin the hide off. It's just some kind of razor blade like this. Just personally works better for me. Some electrical tape and some plastic wrap to wrap your antlers with so they don't get cooked whenever you put them in the burner. And then this stuff right here, this is what's going to turn your skull white. It's I really don't know what it is, but I just know you use it basically if you want to bleach your hair, and then you're gonna need a lighter to light your burner, obviously. These two right here, this one and this buck right here are two that I've done. So they don't look bad at all, but it's not a professional job. So yeah, we'll get on into it, and I'll show y'all what to do. Alright, this is a deer that my dad killed this past Saturday on opening day of rifle season, so we're going to be Euro mounting it today. So you just want to start by cutting the hide off. All of it's got to come off. There's no good way to go about it. I can't tell you how to go about it because there's really no good way. You just got to start hacking on it, and you just cut everything. That's all I can say. That's the best advice. Just cut everything. But we're going to get into it right now. If you're gonna Euro mount a deer, this is a tip that I'm having to learn the hard way. Do not leave it in the bed of your truck or out anywhere. Put it in the freezer. It's gonna be a couple days before you can get to it, because this is one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever done. This thing stinks, and there's all kinds of bugs and flies coming all up on this head. Alright, so now we got it mostly skinned up. I'm gonna go back and get the rest of this skin around the antlers. But now you don't have to skin it down totally off the bottom jaw, because you just gotta, it's coming off. So I usually just put my foot in its mouth and just break it off. And this whole thing, there's no good way of doing this stuff. You just gotta do it. That's all I can say. Keep sliding. I ain't got no grip on these hay dudes. Alright, now that we got the hide and most of the flesh off, we're gonna wrap the antlers with the plastic wrap and electrical tape. Alright, so for this part, when you boil it, if you boil any of the antler, it's gonna turn white, and that's not too good. So I come in here with my plastic wrap and kind of just catch up and under the antler. Alright, so I wrap up and under it, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. Oh. Alright. Need to hold some tension there. Alright. Wrap up and under that rack. Get her nice and good in there. Give it a couple times, wrap it a couple times over itself, and call it good. And do the other one. Give her some of that. Make sure it's good and snug on there. Now I wrap it in electrical tape because I don't like taking any kind of risk. So I'll just start right here, kind of go up a little bit to the brow tine, and then back down. You ain't gonna do this much because you already got that plastic wrap on there. It's gonna protect it. This is just for that extra protection. Same thing with this. You want to try to get it up and under the antler if at all possible. Let's see. Just like so. Just like that. Come and do the back. With the electrical tape, it'll stretch, so you can just keep your thumb there and you can feel where the base of the antler is to get it up and under there. Nice and good. And come on back up with it. Maybe one above the brow tine, two above the brow tine. Yeah. Let's get that in there. This antler right here is good. That's all you're gonna do. Do it to this one right here, and then we'll take you over there at the boiler. All right, now we got the base of the antlers wrapped. I usually wrap it up to where it starts to split off and make that G2. But you want your bull. I'll let this before we started even filming. Just get it at a simmer. You don't want it boiling, you don't want it too hot, just a simmer. All right, so we're gonna put him in there. All right, you want the whole head. This is why you wrap it, ladies and gentlemen. I wrapped it above the brow tine because I knew with as much water that we had, it might be a little bit high on the antlers. But now you're just gonna leave it here for about 30, 45 minutes maybe. Just keep checking on it, because if you boil it for too long, it'll make the skull real soft and the bone will just fall apart. After we do this, we're gonna take it out, pressure wash it while it's still hot, get most of that flesh off, and you should maybe get all of it off. Even if you don't, no big deal. Put it back in for another 15 minutes, then pull it back out and pressure wash again while it's hot, and after that you should have everything and you should be ready for the next part. I'll catch y'all here in a sec. Alright, so now we're ready to take the head out. You want to hit it with the pressure washer while it's still hot, so all that stuff will come on out of it. You don't want to get too close to the head because you might knock some of that skull off. All right, so we just got most of it pressure washed. We hit it. This was our first time pressure washing it. See, there's a little bit of stuff, cartilage, and a little bit of the brain left in there. But we're gonna put them back in here for another 10, 15 minutes maybe, and then pull them back out, hit them again. We should be done and ready to move on to the next step of this process.
A few moments later.
All right, it's been about 10 minutes, so we're gonna take them back out. And that should be it, like I said. This should get everything. Turn the nozzle on. Alright, so now I'm going to take some of this nose cartilage out. This right here, this bone, is the only bone that you don't want to break. But everything else, you can just tell it's cartilage. You might think you're breaking a bone, but I promise you aren't. As long as you have the cartilage. Alright, so there's a little bit of brain that's one to hold on in here. So like I said, there's this hole. I'm taking my screwdriver. I'm just gonna wiggle it around in there and try to loosen it up the best that I can. Some use a coat hanger for this, that might work better. Let's try hitting it. Alright, as you can see here, we mostly got it. It's starting to look like a Euro mount. We got all that brain out of there and cartilage out of the nose. So we're just going to leave it right here, let it dry, and then we're going to come back and start putting that bleach on it. So just leave them right here, a good spot where the sun's beaming down on it. It'll dry, come back, and we'll finish this thing on up. It's all downhill from here. Alright, so he's dried out from the pressure washing. We're going to put this right here. It's a 40 volume. This one you need to get, the 40 volume one. Put it a little bit in this bowl here, and we're just gonna kind of paint it onto the skull. And we unwrapped the antlers here because the way we had it wrapped right under here, under the base a little bit. But you want to be able to paint up in there the best you can, so we took that off. But yeah, this is all you do right here. Just get your brush, one of these foam brushes here, and then you just paint that stuff on there. Get it, in here, everywhere that you're gonna see on the mount. And this stuff is, like I said, just gonna turn the skull white, so it doesn't have all that stuff on it anymore. All these little discolored dots. You usually do this 1-2 times. Do it till you're satisfied, but usually it only takes about a time or two. And right here at the base, you're going to be real careful. Don't want to get that stuff on the antlers. So when you're doing this stuff right here, make sure you are wearing clothes that you don't mind ruining, because this stuff will bleach your clothes. And can also burn you if you get it on your skin. A lot of guys wear gloves, but I like to live a little dangerously here. So I definitely would recommend wearing gloves though, because it does not feel good to get this on you. Alright, we got the first coat on here. We'll come back probably tomorrow and just go ahead and take a look at what the skull looks like. You'll see the difference and what that hair stuff does to it. Yeah, we should come back and it should be a lot wider. Even if it's not, it should almost be there, looking like a finished product. If it's not, we'll add another coat and it'll probably be done after that. Alright, so this is the final result. We ended up putting 2 coats of that peroxide on it. So this is kind of what you should expect if you follow the steps that I've given you. I'm not a professional, I'll say it again. I started with saying it and I'll say it again. There's certainly ways that I could make this better, but I mean, I don't think it looks bad. A lot of guys like to put some clear coat on there after, but I just leave mine how it is. I think it looks good. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.